Hey everyone, Sean here, and today I wanted to try to quickly talk about this particular trailer. It's definitely peculiar, is kind of the nice way to put it. Very strange. This is supposed to be a trailer for DNF Duel, which is a fighting game that utilizes the Dungeon Fighter Online franchise. It has characters in there from that game, and it was cool, but then the game kind of like died off because it didn't get any DLC for like a full year at this point. Only 3 months ago that I finally got a DLC character announced, which is Spectre. Spectre is also from the same game, which we will talk about this trailer later on. But this one, I gotta talk about it because it's just so strange. I already thumbed it down. Even though, yeah, I mean, it's got a bunch of thumbs ups for the most part, but the comments don't really look all that positive though, but we'll get to that in a bit. So let's just take a look at this trailer, and I've already seen it, but I want to use this to convey my point here. She looks cool, really awesome, really hot. She has all the formula to be cool, but this does not help anything. Whiffed attack. Another whiffed attack. Oh, gets command grabbed. Gets blocked. Runs away. Blocked. And that's it. Nothing. No payoff. Nothing. Oh, there's a grab. Oh, here's the coolest part here, potentially, right? Picks him up. Oh. Drops it, but picks him up again. But here... Oh, whips that one. Yeah, there's like no combos or anything. It's just like random attacks. It's just very sporadic, feels like. Whiffed. Frame rate is kind of inconsistent as well, if you look closely. Here is 60 frames per second. The rest of it is 30 frames, like here. It's just very sporadic. Like, it just feels like someone is just trying out the character for the very first time. And where's the super? That's like the weirdest part too. Like, where is the super after all this? We didn't even get that much. And then, okay, we get the outro. Like, okay, and then no release date. Look at this. We're at the end of the video. No release date. What was the purpose of this video? Like, yeah, we know Spectre is coming, but we still don't know the release date for this character. We still like haven't seen the cool stuff from her. I'm sure she has cool stuff, but no one or anyone really has, I guess, taken the time to make a trailer to make it look cool. Like, I just really do not understand what is going on with this whole trailer, or what the purpose of this whole thing is, right? It's trying to make her look cool. It's trying to let people know, like, hey, this is the next character coming up, or this is the first character ever coming out from the DLC side of things. And I don't think any of those things have been sort of answered, kind of. I mean, we know this character uses a long katana. She uses Iaido, or the drawing technique kind of stuff. And she uses a grappling hook, as you kind of see from her movement. But her movement is like kind of all over the place. You don't really see a good, like, I mean, I guess you kind of do. You have an idea, of course, but this trailer doesn't really show off like all the cool parts for a character like this. Look at that, just run, like, grapples the opposite and then whiffs that heavy attack for no reason, and then whiffs it on the wrong side. Like, why would you want to show that for an official gameplay trailer for a fighting game that has come from Arxis, right? The same guys, or the same company who has made Guilty Gear Strive, Grand Blue Versus. Not to mention that game is getting a big update too. Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, you get the point. And, you know, you see all the cell shading goodness. The style is all there. The core mechanics were really fun for DNF Duel. But they dropped the ball so hard when it comes to, like, the support. I mean, they got a couple of updates and patches, but I think that's pretty much it. But the most important thing of them all, the DLC. Where is it? Right? Where is the DLC? They've only talked about it for, like, I don't know, 3 months ago. That was like the last time we heard something, right? Back in March. And this trailer, I even question, right? Because this is questionable because this is 35 seconds, but a good chunk of it is using footage from Dungeon Fighter Online. This is just like an animated trailer for Spectre from the old days. Like, this is not even like, this was not even exclusively animated for the fighting game. That's what I believe anyway. Yeah, because it even says on the bottom. This trailer is edited from the DFO's Spectre cinematic A New Blade. So it's not even made tailor made for this fighting game. So you just use this. Yeah, it was like a good third of it or something, and then it just shows off like, singular attacks. This is stuff we've already seen, right? With the, well, rather, this is stuff we've already seen with this trailer. Yeah, literally the only thing new that this trailer showed was the intro. This intro animation right here. All right, cool. Nothing much to it, but all right. I mean, fits the character. She's hot. She looks cool. But where's the rest of the cool stuff, right? Where does she look cool? No combos, no block strings, nothing like no corner traps or anything like that. It's just like sporadic, weird movement out of this whole thing. And to top it all off, to really call this a bad trailer, no super, right? There's always a super to like wrap up the trailer or something of that sort, you know, to make it feel like hyped or epic or whatever for any fighting game character. You're supposed to make them really cool to justify the DLC purchase, and this definitely does not help with that. That's what I'm at with this whole situation right now with Spectre. This is coming from IGN, man. That's like a meme of itself, but man, like, I can't imagine the person editing this, you know, or maybe the person who recorded all the footage and stuff like that also edited this thing together, because I don't know. It could be separate. I don't know what's going on here, but they got the IGN logo right there, and it's only from IGN. That's really strange, right? And it says official Spectre gameplay trailer, and they botched it so bad. I'm actually kind of surprised now that I'm like, the more I talk about it, that this doesn't have any more dislikes. It's noticeable. There's a noticeable little chunk right there, but I feel like it deserves a little more, just because this trailer does not do anything justice for this character, I'm sure. Maybe it's climbing up. Maybe by the time I talked about this on the podcast, maybe it will be half at most. But dude, man, I think there's no argument, because look at the comments, right? This is look at the first comment. This is really exciting stuff to all three of this game's players. That's like, you know, memeing on the small player base, because everyone's like dropped off at this point. It's that of itself is sad. But it's another sick trailer for the character that hasn't been released since they debuted her a year ago. Awesome. A little interesting, the official gameplay trailer has a showcase character dropping combos and suboptimal strings like in 12 seconds to 23. Yep, this is the part right here. We'll even jump to that right there. Yep. So that's the part with that weird whiff right there, and then wrong side. That's so weird. Like, did they just like put this on the CPU, or some noob was playing her? Like, this looks like me trying out a character very first time. You know, dude, like, you gotta. You gotta do better than that to, like, put out a trailer like that. Like, I understand that you should, like, you're not supposed to show all of the, like, you know, all the crazy strings and whatever, but you gotta do a little more than this, right? You know? I'm sure the 10 remaining players will enjoy this. It doesn't seem like the person playing this has ever used the character before. A lot of drop combos, weird movement choices with the grappling hook. This character looks amazing visually, but this is a poor way to show her off. That pretty much sums up this whole weird bit here. It's so, like, confusing as to why this was even approved. Like, this was retweeted from the DNF Duel official Twitter account. That's also, that of itself is like, what the hell? Whatchamacall. Nexon, the one who has the rights to the franchise, are kind of like treating this like a lot of their games, because they're kind of infamous for treating their IPs like nothing at a certain point. Even though it's doing popular, or it's still like doing decent numbers, they're just like, nah, let's just move on. I think that's what they're pretty known for. Infamous, rather. Let's take a look at IGN and take a look at more of the comments. Oops, that's wrong keyboard. But because if you take a look at this, also, there's also something weird going on with this too. Here's a repost, right? Look at this, 1 hour ago, right? Isn't that a little weird? Because if you go all the way down here, okay, right here. So you can see that the original post was 13 hours ago. This is the first one. So this is like around 10 a.m. ish. New character has joined the battle. Nothing new. And then this is the video right here. And then I like this person's comment right here with D pity. CPU versus CPU, presses record. Next one. This is absolutely sad. I fixed the trailer. And it has like Virgil in it too. This is like pretty funny. From Devil May Cry. Here's another person comparing it to another person's like video, which is like very basic looking Guilty Gear video. There's some meme with WWE. Whenever I see DNF Duel try so hard to be relevant after being a failure of a fighting game. Bro, how did I fumble one of the sickest character designs in any series by making a long, useless trailer? Also, no release date. We didn't even get a pixel of a super. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying, man. Where's the super? Where's the cool stuff? It just shows a lot of nothing, because we've already seen all here. Like, just take a look at this trailer, and you still get the same fulfillment. You see the projectile, grappling hook, all that stuff. Yido, grab, you know. Outro. No super. And just like here, no super either. So that's like, man. It's just so sad to see a fighting game being treated like this. Like, what is going on? Not even the devs want to play their own game. Like, what is going on here? That's... People are making their own conclusions with that. Like... Oh man, it's such a shame. Like, like the game looks really cool with the cell shading. Like, it's kind of up there as like one of the best looking fighting games in the modern century, or modern sort of time. The core fighting game mechanics were pretty fun. It's like potentially fun, but like it's just the player base is low, the updates are low, the sort of like that communication is just very quiet in comparison to a game like Street Fighter 6. Like, my god, it's doing so good. Like, it's just dishing out so much with the numbers and stuff like that. Like 50 million copies sold, or I think like just it's doing quite a bit better, just by a skosh, right? Nah, it's doing so well. It's like the opposite, right? And it's a Street Fighter game, so it'll last for very long time. Unlike here, though, unfortunate that if anime game like this is being thrown in this sort of like irrelevant tornado or whatever. Oh man, I don't know what is going on with the marketing with this game, and it's just like such a sad thing to see. It's just so strange. I really question it as to why they put out this video. again, this was retweeted by like I sympathize with the players who really wanted to make this game like flourish and stuff like that. It definitely had the potential. It had all the pieces there, but it just fell flat. And of course, on top of that, as a video game, there's not much to do, you know. There's a standard arcade mode, you do your endings and stuff like that with each character. That's pretty much it for the casuals. The hardcore will definitely play a lot online, but too bad the game isn't really getting patched a whole lot. The DLC is it's just non-existent right now still. It's been a year. The game came out in June or July, so it's about more or less a year. And there's nothing with DLC. That's just sad. And there's supposed to be 5 characters in that DLC pass. So this is still the first one. Still hasn't come out. What's taking so long, right? I definitely don't understand that. I don't understand like the sort of the philosophy, I guess, with this game. It's very, very. I'm just like taken away by the treatment of this game. It's a damn shame. It's really all I can say without kind of going into a loop. So that's really all I have to say for DNF Duel Spectre here. It's just sad. That's all I can say. So what do you guys think of this situation here with this very strange trailer? Like I remember making a reaction video about another fighting game that supposedly had the worst trailer of all time. That one's funny. This, I would actually say, is the worst fighting game related trailer of all time at this point. Because it shows nothing. It shows nothing else cool about Spectre or fighting game character of this sort of character design caliber at this point. How do you screw that up too? And this is labeled the official Spectre gameplay trailer. Man, that's just so weird. It's so strange. What a time we live in. It's like fighting games, for the most part, as a whole, is just doing so great, right? We're in a golden age. Tekken 8 is coming out. Mortal Kombat is coming out at some point in September for Mortal Kombat. Tekken 8 is coming. You know, Street Fighter 6 is whooping ass right now, and I'm sure it'll do great in the long run. Hopefully the battle pass and stuff like that won't like hinder the love for it later at some point. Anyways, any comments like that, any comments relating to this, leave it down below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Really appreciate you guys, but what I really don't appreciate is a fighting game being treated like this. It's really just shameful. I can't really say what's going to happen at this point because a lot of the players that dropped off from this game, it's really going to be hard to come back to it unless you like do like a big overhaul again, even though they're like doing an overhaul with the system mechanics. Maybe then they'll bring back some players, but yeah, they kind of dropped the ball on it overall. So anyways, that's it from me. Thank you very much and hope to see you all in the next one. Later. Ciao now.